In this video, we will be walking through the features and how to use the Draw Fences app. Draw Fences allows you to plan fencing projects more effectively by calculating dimensions and inputs all in one app. The first time you open the app, you will be asked to choose your location settings. You can choose to allow access to your location once, while you are using the app, or never. Location services are completely optional for this app, though it may make it easier to locate properties. With or without location services turned on, you can search for an address using the search bar at the top of the screen, or use manual navigation to find a property on the map. To start drawing your fence, first position your property on the map so it is easy to access the perimeter of the area you want to fence. This will make the drawing process a little easier. Next, select one of the two drawing tools from the menu on the left. We will start with the point-to-point tool, which allows you to place straight segments on the map. As you can see, the icon for the point-to-point tool has turned red to indicate that it is currently engaged. To begin, choose a starting point on the map, then tap where you want the segment to end. When choosing your starting point, make sure to go toward the direction you will be drawing. If you make a mistake, you can use the undo tool to remove the last segment you drew. Once you have your first segment, continue to tap along the perimeter of your fencing project or property to add new segments. The starting point for each new segment will be the end point of the last segment you drew. Before moving around on the map, tap the Navigate tool at the top of the left-hand menu to disengage all drawing tools. The property I chose here has a bit of an unusual shape to demonstrate the capabilities of the freehand drawing tool, which allows you to create curves in your drawing. Just as your fence would use several shorter, straight segments to go around a curve, the freehand tool continuously places lots of small segments while you draw, depending on your speed. So the slower you draw, the more precise your drawing will be. Once you finish drawing, tap the Navigate icon to disengage the drawing tools and prevent any unwanted changes to your project. Next, tap Calculate to get the area, perimeter, and supplies estimates for your project. We will explore the Supplies tab a little later in the video. Pressing Calculate will cause a segment to be added between the end point of your last segment to the starting point of your first segment. This is to create an enclosed drawing for the area calculation. If you wish to include a gap or a gate in your project, I will show you how to add that in a little bit. Select the Share icon from the menu to export your estimates along with a picture of your drawing on the map by email, text message, or to your Notes app, etc. Next, tap the Save icon to create a saved project you can view or edit later. Make sure to choose a unique name for your project so you will know which project is which. You should receive a pop-up if your project is saved correctly. After saving, you may wish to start a new project. To start over, tap the Clear icon. Note that the icon has now changed to include what looks like the Undo icon over the Clear icon. This is the Undo Clear feature, which allows you to reload your drawing if you accidentally clear your project. This feature is available after you clear your project, but will go away once you start drawing. As you can see, once you've pressed Calculate, your perimeter and supplies estimates will be calculated continuously, but your area will not be calculated until your project is completely drawn and you have pressed Calculate again. This is because the area calculation requires an enclosed shape, while the perimeter and supplies estimates only require the segments you've drawn. After saving your new drawing, you can view all your saved projects using the icon in the menu on the left. Within the viewer, use the red circle to manage your saved projects. Options will appear on the right, allowing you to view or delete projects. Access the settings screen by selecting the icon from the menu on the left. On this screen, you can manage the units of measurement for your display and how your fence is constructed. For example, you could adjust T-post or H-brace spacing to fit your needs. Farther down on the settings screen, you can also customize wire roll length and the cost of materials to tailor your estimates to you and your project. You can see the effect of your changes on the Supplies tab, which displays all of the supplies estimates and estimated cost of materials. If you have questions about the calculations, you can select a specific estimate to view a breakdown of the assumptions used. You can incorporate gates or gaps into your calculations using the Gate icon in the menu on the left. To create a new gate, tap Add Gate in the top right corner, then choose the size and number of H-braces. If the gate you are adding is on a corner, you should deselect the appropriate H-brace, as it will already be included in the calculations as a corner brace. The same is true for a gap located on a corner. If your gate or gap takes up an entire segment, basically from corner to corner, both braces will already be included in the calculations, and you should deselect both H-braces. Once you are finished entering the specifications, choose Save within the viewer. If you have several identical gates, there's no need to add them individually. Tap the red circle on the left, and options will appear to duplicate, edit, or delete each gate. Choosing Duplicate will create a new, identical gate. Edit allows you to make changes to your existing gates. When you are finished adding gates, you can view the effects of your changes on the Supply tab. As we conclude this tutorial, there are a few things to remember while you use draw fences. First, make sure to save your project under a new name once you are finished making edits, as there is not currently a way to update existing saved projects. Choosing a new name each time you save will ensure that you know which of your saved projects include your latest changes. Second, saving a project preserves the settings you used for that project. So when you view a saved project with different settings than you are currently using, your settings will be adjusted to match the project you are viewing. Check your settings before saving or beginning a project to ensure that you're happy with the settings. Finally, if you have added gates to a project and you press clear, you will be asked whether you would like to keep your existing gates or clear them. This prevents you from having to re-enter gate specifications when you start over on a project. That's all for this tutorial. You are now all set to plan your fencing projects more effectively using draw fences. Keep in mind that while the app is designed for fencing projects, you can also use it just for the measuring capability. The freehand drawing tool makes it possible to measure pastures, ponds, and properties with precision. Download Draw Fences on the Apple App Store, available for iOS 10.0 or newer on iPhone and iPad. For more information, visit our website, www.dirtwork.com, or visit us on Facebook. If you have any questions, contact us on Facebook or email us at help@dirtwork.com. Finally, subscribe for updates about how to use draw fences and our other apps.